Yo, what's going on, guys? Today, we're going to talk a little bit about the All-Star game. Obviously, it happened last night. We can talk a little bit about the whole weekend in general, but we're mostly going to focus on the All-Star game. Last year, we actually did a video about it, too. And let's just say it really hasn't gotten much better.
Yeah, last year we titled it "What Went Wrong with the All-Star Game," and we're probably gonna title this one
What went wrong with the All-Star game part 2?
Hell no. I'm thinking of titling it "The All-Star Game Might Be Unfixable." I think it has gotten to that point, but before we get there, let's talk a little bit about the other events. Let's start off with the celebrity game. I would say it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was damn near better than the All-Star game, bro. Some crazy stuff.
Usually the celebrity game is booty as out. I didn't watch it, complete transparency, but I did watch the highlights. I kept up with it. And it was just cool that we saw some NFL players like being in the game and dunking. Even though the catch and nothing, I thought it was funny, the fact that he wasn't getting the ball.
I've always talked about my issue with the celebrity game is that you got a bunch of people that don't actually know how to play basketball, so it ends up making the game a bit bad. But since obviously people like Puka Nacua and especially Micah Parsons, especially them, they're actually like people that know how to play basketball. Same thing with CJ Stroud. Like,
and even like T-Jazz. T-Jazz, I don't
exactly,
know if you know
exactly.
he is, but he's a basketball player.
And even Kai. I mean, Kai, we saw him training with Chris Brigley and everything. Yeah. That's why, like, people that actually know how to play basketball, and it made it a lot. And when you have that, it actually creates a nice collection of talent, and you actually get to see a pretty good competitive game. And it was cool, obviously, seeing Shannon and Steve.
Yeah, that was perfect decision by him. I think that made it funnier.
And real quick, I just gotta give a huge props to Shannon Sharp. I really liked him and Skip together. Like, I really like their chemistry, but I'm kind of glad that he got out of there. I feel like he's gotten more opportunities to show who he really is, and he's a great personality. I've always been a big fan of him, and I was thinking about that during the game, and I actually let you know that. But yeah, I'm just really happy about that. So this quick shout out to Shannon.
I feel like if you're gonna put in people that are not good at basketball, they have to be either really well known or they gotta be funny.
Yeah, they gotta it's gotta be some.
Because if you put in like a random bot, we have talked about it. If you put in like a president or like a congressman, most people do not know who it is. And if you're not, all right, talk a little bit about the Russian Horse game now.
Yeah, I watched that one too. It was fun. I do kind of like the way that it is, just because you get to have more players in it. And before it was kind of the East versus West, before it was the World versus the USA. And there's a few things that I don't really like about that, because I feel like most of the talent still is in the American side. So you kind of screw over some of the American players just to have some more world players, even if they're not as good. So I never really liked that. But this is kind of cool. It's kind of unique. It's kind of interesting. And it was fun. They might change it up just because they have the target score stuff, and they don't really do that in the normal All-Star game. But
it's just cool seeing the young players. I like the fact that they put in the G League. Because it's just an opportunity for them to be able to just show their talents, be put on display. And yeah, man, I think that this is a game that's going to continue to evolve. They're going to be able to try things, especially because if something goes wrong in the Rising Stars, they're not going to care as much. So maybe they try something there and then put it in the All-Star game. Kind of like they did with the G League. I feel like these two events are the ones that I care about the most: the dunk contest and the 3-point contest, and even the skill challenge. Which
I feel like this year was different, right?
I felt.
Because I had passing and shooting. That's not
exactly. Yeah. Honestly, I watched the full highlights of it, and I thought it was fun, bro. I thought it was funny. Yeah. Definitely, Scotty Barnes was the highlight of the night, tweaking out with the dribbling and shooting the shot backwards. But
I think a lot of people were hating on it and saying, "Oh, it's got to go, it's got to this, it's got to that."
I don't think so, bro.
I don't think so either. I think it's super fun. It's a fat tradition. I thought this year they're making it fun with having like the teammates and stuff. The 3 versus 3. I think that's super fun.
Like random combinations of players that you never see.
I do gotta give that. I like it, man. I really have no problem with it. I know some people were hating, but again, I honestly, I'm a big fan.
Yeah, but I gotta get on somebody's case. Somebody that we're actually like a fan of, Anthony Edwards. I understand they're trying to be funny and they're like trying to have a personality, but I think you pushed it, because if you decide to perform or something like that, shooting with your left hand it's a disrespect to like the NBA, and I feel like the teammates that are doing it with you that actually care about winning.
Yeah,
like we saw with Banyama, bro. Yeah. That man was pissed off. The 3-point contest, the actual contest itself, it was more the same. Yeah. I'm always just gonna like it because at the end of the day, it's just guys shooting threes, and it's just to see who makes the most. Like,
I think this year we had, the best overall performance by everybody.
It was very 4-way tie.
4-way tie. They had to do an extra game just to get out of that. Just because 3 had to advance. So they had a 4-way tie. They had to They had to do it again. Everybody got over 20. We haven't seen that in a I don't know how long it was.
It was funny that Cal was tweaking out with putting his.
Yeah, I think they gotta be careful with that. I think they do gotta penalize for that. You shouldn't be able to do that.
It just shouldn't count.
Yeah, it shouldn't count. No, for sure. Dame, once again, he won. You gotta give him a lot of credit, man. Really showed out. And the whole All-Star weekend, he was.
I think Dame needed this, bro.
I think so too. And it kind of like showed the world who Dame really is, because I know a lot of people forgot. A lot of people were clowning him. A lot of people were saying shit on his name. Bro, Damian Lillard is really that guy, and I really want him to go out in the second half of the season and prove it to everybody.
But the biggest thing in the triple contest, it was the Stephen Curry versus Sabrina. I thought it was a huge success.
Yeah.
And it was actually very close, man. Sabrina had a very good chance of winning. And I think they should do it again. Something like that, it could definitely
I think it definitely will. A lot of people were complaining about the commentary with Kenny. At the moment, I didn't notice as much. I was just kind of like, all right. Like, while I was happening, I was like, all right, bro. Like, you said this enough. Like, just shut the oh, shit, I gotta be better. I was just like, shut up, dog. A lot of people are complaining about it because it's true. It's kind of taken away. Oh, she's got to shoot from the women's three-point line, this, and that. Like, you kept on saying the same thing over and over again.
So you have to she did bad, bro.
Yeah, exactly. She did great. She did great. She did, no disrespect. I knew she was good, but wow, I was super impressed. The thing is that she made the first 10. On some no bullshit, I was like, wow, is this rigged or something? Because I was like, bro, you made...
I was like, she about to win?
No. I really thought on some, like, crazy stuff. I was like, wow, she might just not miss. That's how good she broke. She really pulled out fire, dog. And Curry, once again, you guys know we're not the biggest Curry fans, but we got to show respect where respect is due. Curry, greatest shooter of all time, and he showed it out once again. And I give a huge props to Stephen Curry, man. Really, really took over. Even though Dame had won, kind of felt like that was Stephen Curry's award. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just this, bro. Every time anything three-point shooting related, it's Stephen Curry, bro, at the end of the day. And then the dunk contest, bro, it was more the same. It literally felt like a repeat of last year, just with different players. Matt McClung won again. I think Jalen Brown, I know he did it for fun, but I thought he was giving too many points a few times. He didn't really do anything crazy.
Yeah, I think they were just scoring it really, really bad.
And, bro, listen, like, I mean, I like, a part of me wants to criticize him, but another part wants kind of like thank him, bro. You don't see players that good ever pulling up. So I can't get too much on for that because he is a sort of all-star. We haven't seen an all-star dunk contest in a minute.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, overall, it's kind of boring. I didn't really like it.
Yeah, Matt McClung was the best by far. So yeah, I'm glad that he won. I'm glad that...
It's crazy that he's not even in the NBA.
You know what I don't like? I saw somebody at the end of the dunk contest saying like, "Oh, I don't know why he hasn't. I don't know why he's not in the NBA."
Yeah,
bro, he's just not good enough. Yeah, it's the same thing I say at Thomas. Oh my gosh, why don't teams give him a chance? Same thing with DeMarcus Cousins. Oh my gosh, why he's not on the roster? Bro, if he was good enough, he'll be in the NBA, bro.
Yeah.
I know of DeMarcus and Dwight Howard, for example, is a little bit different. There's some off the court issues, but somebody like Matt McClung, you have gotten multiple chances.
He's been on the Lakers. He's been on the Bulls. He's been on the Sixers. He's been on the Magic over and over again. We've seen many teams.
Now we're gonna talk about the All-Star game, which, bro, this is the least I've ever been excited for one, and the least I ever watched. I stopped watching after the first half because I just kind of knew. I already kind of started seeing the players not care. Like I was saying earlier, I think the All-Star game, the way it is right now, is unfixable. I don't think there's anything you can do to make the players care unless you set up scrap it and make it like a tournament. Or like a 3v3 tournament. I saw somebody say that idea, or 1v1 tournament. I don't think a 1v1 tournament would have happened. I don't think players would be brave.
It's kind of like the dunk contest, yeah.
I don't think, for example, I think if you ask LeBron, 1v1 against KD, maybe in his prime.
I think he'll do it. Even, I think they'll do it like behind the scenes. Honestly, I don't think that. I think they do it behind the scenes. I don't think they do it like in front of other people. Because if you play bad, they're just gonna be like, oh, he's better than you.
You're gonna get fat clown, bro.
He's gonna be like, oh, he's just better than you. Because that at the end of the day, that's just like, because a lot of people that don't understand basketball, they don't understand that for you to be a good basketball player doesn't mean you have to be the best one-on-one player. You know what I'm saying? You can impact the game. The way that LeBron impacts the game is in so many other ways than scoring. If KD beats him in a 1v1, which he probably will, damn near, I just think people are gonna be like, oh, KD's just better than you, LeBron. So that's why players don't really do that.
Ali was talking about it a lot. One of the biggest problems is that it just feels like everybody's showing how good they can shoot from three. Everybody's just taking half-court shots, wide open dunks, and it's like,
honestly, the biggest problem with the game, and I've been saying about it, everybody can shoot, and I think the three-point shooting has really, really destroyed the All-Star game because you're not gonna see players in the post. You're not gonna see players like really do anything. Obviously, shooting at first is exciting, but for example, if one team is hot and the another isn't, obviously there won't be enough competition.
The game's over, bro. The game's over.
Yeah, it just is. And then when you got two guys like Jokic and Luka not trying, and I think honestly they should get penalized for that because at the end of the day, at least everybody pretended like they tried. I feel like Luka and Jokic literally pull out there and don't do anything. I think those were the only two that I was like, come on now. Because they literally just don't do nothing out there.
They don't take the game seriously. They just haven't been given a reason to, bro, because they know nothing's going to happen. I mean, bro, you know they don't care about, like, popularity. They don't care about how people really think.
No, Jokic is fine. I'm shocked that Luka doesn't take it more seriously. Like, I get that from Jokic. I can definitely see that. But Luka, I feel like he's the type of guy to go off in the games like that. I don't know. That's just me, though.
I mean, he cares about competition, bro. There's no competition in that game. I don't know what else you can do, but you have really tried everything.
I think I've seen some people say the home court advantage stuff, I think in the finals, I think to me that's dumb, and we talked about it this morning. The reason that I think that's dumb is because I feel like players that they know that they're like a lower seed and stuff. Why would they care that much? That you're not gonna get everybody to care at the end of the day either. Like, why would, if I'm Trae Young, why would I try my hardest in a game just so Jason Tatum, for example, gonna have a home court advantage in the finals?
Or like Giannis, or like Jimmy Butler. I know saying people that actually have a chance to make it to the finals.
That's the thing with that. And then the other thing that I totally hate, and I talked a little bit about that, is the World versus USA. I think you can have a game like that, but my issue with that type of game is that you're penalizing the American players who are really, really talented just to add other players from other countries.
The thing is that when people say that, they only look at the
top five.
The starting five, yes.
Sure.
100%. Luka, Giannis, Jokic, Shea, and Giannis. That's it.
But then if that ends up happening on a 12-man roster, you're going to end up seeing a person like Dylan Brooks make the All-Star game.
Babe, realistically, someone like RJ Barrett.
Yeah, Lou Dort. Because Canadian players are really, really, really good. But then you're gonna get players that are not gonna be able to make it, like a Karl Anthony Towns, for example.
You're gonna tell me, I know Kyrie's technically not from the USA,
but I think
he counts as USA.
I think he'll count as USA.
You're gonna tell me like RJ Barrett, Lou Dort, somebody's gonna make it like Kyrie or De'Aaron Fox. It's like you already have snubs. But yeah, bro, I don't think that's the answer. I think you have that game, like he was saying. You can have that game maybe in the off season, or I don't know if you can convince the players to get up for it, but I think it'll be fun to see. But yeah, I don't have a clear answer. I don't think anybody does. At the end of the day, the All-Star game is more about who makes the All-Star game, having that honor on your name, which is why I don't think they should change it and make it harder for anybody to make it. Like no matter whether you're from the U.S. or from another country.
Yeah. I definitely think they should expand it to 15 players. Like, I really think it's about
the other guy was saying that. I think it's true, bro. That's pretty much our thoughts on the All-Star weekend. It just keeps losing its value. At the end of the day, it is what it is, bro. I mean,
it's fun at first. It's fun, like, seeing the enjoyment and stuff. Like, it's fun, like, it's leading up to the All-Star game, to the All-Star.
I think the lead up is better than the actual stuff.
I get you. But it just is what it is at the end of the day. That's just how it's always been. The only year that was a little bit exciting was when in 2020 with the target score and stuff. And I think if they do something that it's like, all right, you can play 3 quarters, like, not do whatever you want, and then the 4th quarter, like, you actually have to try. I think players might get up for that, kind of like it was in 2020.
Maybe.
But
yeah, but let's see what they do. I know Adam Silver's gonna try something. He's always trying to. He's somebody that doesn't give up, and he did the in-season tournament, which is a success. So maybe he can pull something out of his sleeve. Yeah, but that's gonna do it for us this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.